Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spellin' with Sid from 3 Mississippi. How y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Just got out of church, waiting for Mike to get out of choir practice. Frankie was not there. She is still at D Now, which is like a youth, I don't know quite how to describe it, but it's through the church. But it's basically like a youth weekend. I don't want to say seminar because they're kids, but it's kind of like that. So she's getting back sometime this afternoon. I'm just not sure if I'm supposed to pick her up at the church or if I'm supposed to pick her up at our host home. So I'm kind of waiting to see what I'm supposed to do with that because I have no idea. Mike and I had a kid-free Saturday, which ended up just kind of being low-key. The weather wasn't great. It was kind of rainy. Off and on, really cold. I mean, it wasn't like rainy, but it was like misty where it feels like cold needles, and real windy for a while. And we discovered that our big chest freezer that we moved with, we hadn't had to use it yet because we hadn't had a giant influx of meat that we needed to use it for yet. And Mike had moved it into the garage. It was in the shop. He went to plug it in and it's kaput. It's not working. So something's not right with it. I'm going to try. He looked at it, couldn't figure out exactly what was wrong with it. It could be it needs more Freon. It could be a wire that's mad. It could be like a rat got in there and ate something. It could be something got shook loose. It could be all manner of things because we are not freezer repair people. But Mike looked at it and he's like, it's beyond what I can tell is wrong with it. So there's a appliance repair place in town. I'm going to give them a call and see if it's something that they're, without charging an arm and a leg, that they're willing to come out and look at. Because if it's not too expensive, that freezer's new enough that it's worth fixing if it's not too expensive versus having to buy a new one that size. I was looking at them and they're like between $600 and $800. And I'm like, I don't want to spend that right now. But our other problem was that Mike got another deer this last weekend. So I was like, well, he's like, I don't have enough room to put all the deer in the freezer because he got 2 deer and he's still breaking down our neighbor's deer that he got. So that's 3 deer. And so there's just not enough room in all the freezers. So his plan was plug in the chest freezer, boom, plenty of room. So he said, well, look, I need something like this week because I need something like now. So I was like, okay. So he's like, well, we'll just get a smaller one. They had like a smaller one at Walmart that's like, I think it was like $150, that'll like get us through basically until then. And we have other freezers, guys. It's not like we don't have a freezer, but we have like one big stand-up freezer, but that's full right now of chicken and a little bit of other deer and some corn that he froze on the cob, and I can't remember what else is in there, but stuff like that. And then we have another chest freezer that was left at the house that we have, but that's got like our regular freezer stuff in it, I guess, that I kind of keep stocked of stuff. And then the little freezer that's in the house, and then the little freezer that's in the stand-up fridge in the garage that we use for like when we're curing meat or when we are having people over and we put drinks in the fridge or something like that. So anyway, because our in the house fridge is real small, so if you have just a few things on the shelves, there's no putting like a jug of liquid in there. Like there's no. Mike always gets mad because I'm like, I have to put the sweet tea in the garage because I can't put sweet tea in the house. There's no room. So because there's just never any room for that. So anyway, long story short, we got this little one yesterday to get us through, but I'm going to try to see if I can you know, if it's like $100 just to come out and look at it, which I don't think it will be, but Mike was like, there's going to be a service call and this or that. And then he was like, well, you'll have to load it up and bring it there. And I'm like, I doubt that, because most, you know, appliance repair people, they don't expect you to load up your refrigerator from your house and like bring it out. So I doubt that I would have to like bring it to them. Like, I don't think that's a thing. I mean, it's a thing, but it's not like a common, you know. So I'll call the guy and see. I'm pretty sure that we can work on something. And I think it potentially could be an easy fix, because it was working fine before we left and it was not that old. So I have a feeling either something got rattled or like I honestly don't know, because I'm not savvy on the interworkings of a freezer. But hopefully they can take a look at it and fix it, and it won't be too terribly expensive. Like I said, if it's less than the cost of buying a new chest freezer, I'm all for just getting it fixed. So that's my game plan currently. And then so I need to try to get that done like ASAP Monday, which, as you guys are seeing that today. And Mike bought a bunch of more totes. As you can see behind me, he left the lids in the back seat. We have I had sorted through what I was allowed to sort through in the garage, and kind of cleaned it up to get ready for the birds coming. They are set to their hatch date. You know how they do. Their hatch date is supposed to be the 29th. So, you know, you're kind of looking at that 3 to 5 day window of them shipping out from then. So, sometime probably this week or early next week, they'll either be shipping out or here, depending on how the hatch goes. And so I've got everything kind of ready for them. I didn't set up everything in the garage yet. Once I get the shipping notification, I'll do that. I kind of was waiting because Frankie obviously has been gone this weekend. There was some wood that we had thrown in the garage. Some of these big long, I forget what he even got them for. I don't know if it was for the coop or for, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't remember what project they were for, but he had them laying flat and he had moved them into the garage versus the shop for, I don't know what reason, but probably because it stays drier in the garage than in the shop. But anyway, so he had moved them in there and they're kind of just like taking up the whole middle area. Plus right now the broken chest freezer is sort of sitting awkwardly in the middle of the garage. So I'm sort of waiting to see if like, A, are we going to be getting that fixed and or moved? And then B, some of Mike's things that are in the garage, like they're in an area that like I would put the chest freezer if, you know, so I'm kind of waiting on some things to like last minute move around so that I can be like, okay, I can put the birds here, whatever. I mean, I have room now, but it's just, it would just make it a little bit more. So, oh, there's my child. She's back. Anyway, guys, I will let you go because now I gotta deal with the kidlet. But so working on that freezer situation, I'm like, I swear, and everything has just gone up. Inflation, everything's expensive. Gotta love it. Anyway, guys, as always, stay blessed and safety's off.